Welcome to Simone Quilt's design session number 3, where I will be showing you the motif and filler ideas I have for the shapes we found in the Wildwood Quilt in design session number 2. These are just starting points, and I want you to take these ideas and use them as jumping off points for your own creativity. Enjoy! So now I want to go into more detail on what you would do with the shapes that we did find in this quilt top. A common shape that I saw throughout that quilt was this long trapezoid shape, like this. And I've chosen to treat that like I would actually a skinny border or any border, log cabin, anything that's a long rectangle, even though it has kind of this odd shape over here. We can choose designs that can get into that tight corner. So one of the first designs that I think would look really good is this serpentine shape, because it can get into this really tight corner and add some curvy movement to this really geometric quilt. It can also add movement in a certain direction. So to me, this looks like it's going in that direction. So that's one option. Another option, if you wanted to alternate, is alternate this kind of curvy design with another geometric design. So I'll give you a couple examples of that. So one would be just a simple echo, like this. Another one would be some, I guess these would be vertical lines. And you can vary the width, alternate them, just have fun with it. These I think actually would pair really well together. They look similar, but they're still different. Another option would be to add some cool long triangle shapes. And you would want to do some dot to dot in here to add some interest, a little bit of texture. And depending on how much space and the density that you wanted, you can do that 3 times. So that would look really cool. And if you wanted to keep going with the curvy shape, you could do this really simple, this looks really wide, but when you're quilting it out, you'd want to do it a little bit thinner than this. So very similar to that serpentine design. So some of the other shapes that I thought were really cool, especially with that ghosting that we would want, or that I would want to do on that quilt, are these triangles, kind of like, flying geese. So simple curve here would look neat. Or you could make it a little bit more floral by doing a curve like that. And it doesn't have to be from this area either. You could start that from any of these spots. So say I wanted my floral piece to come out like this, you could do that. And then alternate it. So go like this. Really up to you there. Another option would be some loops to give it a little bit more curvature, like that. Or you could do some circles, or just play around with some cool fills that you could put in there. Of course, like I was saying before, paisleys are always a good idea because it's easy to echo and fill in weird shapes. You could do that. And believe it or not, you can do a feather in here. Some other ideas for feathers, if you don't want the more traditional, is you can do a swirly feather with a leaf, normal feather, swirl, leaf, something like that. And then you just want to alternate here, like that, you know, so something like that. There are a lot of options there. I hope you enjoyed this Simone Quilts design session number 2. And if you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below.